Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Tysis, and we're here to do a little book review of the video games hardware handbook from 1977 to 1999. I've been wanting to get this book for quite a while, and I've had it for quite a few months. And it's just a wonderful book that takes you through all the sort of retro type consoles over the many years. And that's not just Nintendo. As you can tell on the cover, it covers quite a few consoles. So we'll just sort of skim through it and give a bit of a look about, what the book's about. I think I bought it for like $25 in Australia. So you can find it at new agencies and places like that. So, and probably obviously online too. So, funny enough, it's been updated with the Mini NES Classic, which talks a little bit about the game, which is pretty cool. Of course, it has the first video game console ever, which is the Magnavolt Odyssey, which is a very old console now. It's 40 years old, and that's what it looked like back in the day. And this is a really great book in terms of it gives you the wealth of history about the consoles and things like that. All sorts of different stories behind the creation of it and how it came to be and stuff like that, which is excellent. Of course, another retro console in terms of the Atari, which is another classic console that I played. It was the first one. I even did a little mini film out of it, sort of going back to the old days of all that sort of thing. The Game & Watch is another classic sort of console that's included, and sort of shows you all about the top games that came out for it too as well. And some great images too. I mean, that's the thing about books, that you can't, you can take it anywhere you like and touch the pages and see the detail on it with your own eyes. And you can probably get an online version of this book, but I enjoyed the book version when it comes to this sort of stuff. There's another rare console, the Dragon 32, which I believe did not do very well. And like a computing sort of device that looks similar cartridges to the Atari 2600. And of course, the Commodore 64. It's another rare console that they're talking about. Obviously, they talk about all of Nintendo's consoles up until the GameCube. Of course, it's I'm going to show off one Nintendo console, the NES. Of course, the first classic one, the full-size version, as they call it. The Game Boy, the Game Gear, Super Nintendo, which is another great page, and okay, so you get a pretty good idea about it, and then towards the end is the N64, which is pretty much the end of the book, and the Virtual Boy, of course, we could not forget that. So I really love books like this because it tells you the history of things and things like that, and I'm a bit of a history buff when it comes to all sorts of topics and things like that, and I'm very happy to obviously recommend this book. It's a very cool book by the people of Retro Gamer. They are good little books. Tells you a wealth of history in this, and it's a fairly beefy book, 250 pages long, so that's why it probably feels a bit expensive at $25, but I wouldn't mind paying $40-50 for a hardcover book version of it, so it can sort of stay a little better. But it's a great book. You should go out and check it out for your history of games between 1977 to 1999, handhelds, computers, and consoles. So the Video Games Hardware Handbook by Retro Gamer is a great book. Go check it out. So that's it for me, and I shall see you next time.